The Lord is our shepherd, I shall not want. He maketh I lie down in a green pastures. Him leadeth I beside still water them. Him restoreth I soul. Him leadeth I in the path of righteousness for his name's sake. Yea, though I rasta, I go walk through the valley of the shadow of death. I can't fear no evil, for thy rod and thy staff them comforted I and I. Uno prepare a table before I in the presence of our enemy them. Uno anointed I head out no aisle, me cup runneth over. Surely goodness and mercy, I go follow I all the days of I even. Me I go dwell in the house of the Lord God. Jah, kadama we go ma be te la e higzag beer tana istale na ba shante 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 shante. Kadama we go ma be te la e where twos and threes meted in the name of the Most High Jah. That's so Jaja there. If Jaja never build up your house, the builder I go build it in vain. Same way, if Jaja never watch upon your house, the watchman I go watch it in vain. The name of the Lord is a strong tower, and the righteous run into it, and them is saved. Many are the afflictions of the righteous, but Jah shall deliver him from all of them. And I give thanks, and I give thanks, and I give thanks, and I give thanks. How Mawusobo Lisa, I don't know what talk it was sickly up for. How Mawusobo Lisa, akpe kaka. This is the Black Pot, a.k.a. Kuku Shodomo, where we speak truth to power. And my name, Black Rasta. Now, in every traditional African home, there is a black pot, and each time this black pot sits on the fire, there's something super sumptuous cooking. Ingredients of so many different types, shapes, and sizes, colors, aromas, and even flavors. Put aside all their differences and relocate into the black pot, where they are subjected to some amount of heating. They produce food. And this food, paradoxically, is not eaten by the black pot, neither is it eaten by the ingredients. It is eaten by us, the eaters. Yet every time, the black pot and the ingredients will rise to the occasion, collaborate so selflessly to produce food that they do not even partake in eating. What does this teach us? A lesson of selflessness. How many of us tell ourselves, oh, let us eat it all today, for tomorrow we die? How many of us never think about even generations yet to come? How many of us only think about ourselves? How many of us are so selfish that we do not even want to go an inch to help other people? It's all about us. For a nation to develop, there must be sacrifice, selflessness. We had a group of people who came together, shed their blood. Some of them visited early graves, all because they wanted to give us this piece of land today called Ghana, this piece of land today called Africa. A lot of them sacrificed their lives to make life comfortable for us, even though they were uncomfortable in their time. How many of us are ready to make life more comfortable for those coming after us? In my tradition, when a newborn child comes forth, the prayer is that may this child be better than the parents. How do you want your child to be better than you? By laying before your child a better future. My brother, my sister, some people are so selfish. They do not want their children to be better than them. They want to be those that are talked about every time, and their children will never get close to them. This is the black pot, and it's a show of the mindset. If the average African mindset is right, every other thing will be righted. How many of us are going through brainwash education? Whatever is taught to us in school is what the white man has programmed for us to learn. The white man will never teach you anything that will make you better than him. The white man's education is what is propagated all over Africa. This kind of education is meant to keep you in servitude perpetually. This kind of education is not supposed to educate you, but brainwash you. This kind of education is what we are here to unlearn, so that we'll go into our deep history. Look at how great we were as a people. What made us great? Where did we fall short? How can we rise from the ashes? How can we build for us today and the future? This is the Blakk Pot, aka Kukushonamo, and here we speak truth to power. I would like to say that we are live on YouTube, and our YouTube channel is Black Empire Media. Yes, as you can see on the screen. Black is spelled B-L-A-K-K. And remember to subscribe to our YouTube channel and click on the bell, the notification button, so that anytime we come, you will be reminded that we are on, so you'll be the first person to watch us. We appreciate you. We never take your time for granted. We are going to go straight to the point. We will not linger. We're going to go straight to the point, no tarrying, and we'll make sure that we hit it right on the nail. It's all about our people, our continent, our land. Remember, here we don't criticize. But if we must criticize, we would only just criticize to build and not to destroy. That is why we say we are in the service of God and country. We'd like to say thank you so much to our supporters. ISIT, I-S-I-T, simply means in spirit, in truth. It is a new social media app developed by Ghanaian engineers in America. What can you do with ISIT? You can go live. At the same time, you can make audio and video calls. The good thing is that you can upload your videos and also your photos. Meet other positive-minded people on the platform called ISIT. It's different from your regular social media platform. How and why? Because there's no negativity on this platform. Everything is 100% positive. There are powerful algorithms that remove everything that is not positive. And that is what it is. It's called ISIT. That's why we call it in spirit, in truth. I need you to be part of this. Just download the app from Google Play and, of course, App Store. And everything is everything. I am on ISIT. Are you on ISIT? Connect with family and friends. Make very, very solid memories. And be sure that, of course, this is what it is. It is the Blakk Pot, a.k.a. Kukushonamo, where we speak truth to power. And every time we touch it, the whole place is on fire. Come here. Remember that we are also supported by Lake Shrine. And when we talk about Lake Shrine, we're talking about this beautiful edifice that you see is sitting right in front of the Atlantic Ocean. And the cool waters of the Atlantic Ocean wash the whole of this place. It is an executive club. It has a mini hotel and a swimming pool. And people are just supposed to jump into it and feel good. People are supposed to have fun when they go there. What do you want to eat? Just tell me. On Monday, you will have karaoke. And of course, adult night. Remember, it's adult night. Children are not invited. On Wednesday, every Wednesday, you would have the reggae night, where we have a beautiful reggae session. People are enjoying themselves and everybody's feeling irate. Sundays, we have the special ladies' night. And every lady is there. So, gentlemen, when you come, you make sure that you have something in your pocket to buy a lady a drink. This is the club everybody's talking about, and it's sitting on the beach, right there at La Boma, right here in Accra. This is Le Shrine. I love Le Shrine. So beautiful and so nice. This is the Blakk Pot, a.k.a. Kukushonamo, where we speak truth to power. And today we have a number of issues to look at. Remember to keep your comments coming in. We are going to be reading your comments. Make sure that they keep coming in. This is the man, the Black Rasta, and this is the Blakk Pot, a.k.a. Kukushonamo. First story, run the story. What does it say? Watch it. It says, I am Songo. I will never leave. I am Songo. I will never leave. When we say Songo, what are we talking about? We're talking about the Songo Lagoon. The lagoon that produces salt that is unique. No nation in the world has this kind of salt. The salt that is produced by Songo is both spiritual and physical. Here, you don't need any machine to produce salt. Just leave the water there. When the sun shines, go there, and then you will see salt all over the place. This is the Songo Lagoon. and it is located in Mcdan, right here in Ghana. And it's so spiritual. Now, when you look at the story of the Songor, it's interesting. There was a great man by name Nene Colley. Nene Colley was the one who discovered the Songo Lagoon and its salt. In fact, legend tells us that he went hunting and then he shot an animal. As the animal was struggling to die, he continued to trail the animal to see where it would fall by looking at the blood drops. He went all the way into the middle of the forest. And then all of a sudden, instead of seeing an animal, he saw an old woman who came up and said, "Come here. I am the animal you shot. And I intentionally brought you here to give you something special for your people. Look behind you and tell me what you see." He looked around and said, "I see some whitish material, some whitish substance." The woman said, "Taste it." He tasted it. And he said, "It tastes nice." He said, "This is a gift for you and your people. Under no circumstances should you allow anybody to monopolize it. Everybody from all walks of life, everybody can come and enjoy a little bit of this. Nobody should ever monopolize it." That is the legend that we have from the people of Mcdan. From that time till now, this has become a very powerful commodity. I prefer to call it the white gold. We use it in industry. Those of us who do not eat salt would find other uses for salt. For instance, in industry, petrochemical industry, this is used. Even on the high seas, this is used. It is a very important commodity. It's called salt. And those of us who claim we are spiritual, we know how important salt is, especially salt that is so natural, like the Songo salt. So who is saying, "I am Songo, I will never leave"? Bosu. Mcdan. He told me in an interview last week that he's called Colley, Macaulay, and that represents the eagle. Traditionally, he comes from Mcdan, and that is where this lagoon is, even though he was born in Labadi. Now, the government of Ghana has given him a concession, and that concession is equivalent to giving him the whole of the Songo Lagoon for 15 solid years. Listen. Remember, Nene Colley was told under no circumstances should the lagoon be monopolized. In fact, when he went to get the Songo, he wanted a concession. He spoke to the chiefs of the area and they gave him a portion of the Songo. The chiefs and people of the area have been talking about how they needed an investor to come and help to develop the Songo Lagoon and its salt. And when they gave him a portion of it, it came out that they did not even have the power to lease or to give out any concession to anybody. The property is the property of the nation, Ghana. So the president of the Republic of Ghana got in contact with Mcdan, and boom, their meeting resulted in giving him a bigger concession than what the chiefs and people of Mcdan gave to Mcdan. The whole concession, the whole area. So Mcdan became the lord of the whole Songo Lagoon. The people rebelled. There were gunshots. People were beaten up. The people of the area cried that Mcdan terrorized them. He sent thugs there to beat up the people. According to them, he has some political favor from the government in power, and therefore he's using that against the people. They still stand on their 2 feet saying that they will never allow Mcdan to enjoy the fruits of this alone. They will chase him out spiritually and physically. My visit to Mcdan a number of times had the chiefs and people pour libation and curse Mcdan over and over. I'm going to tell you more. Are you interested in this story? Come here. The people have demonstrated, as you can see, time and again. The people are ready to go down. According to them, Mcdan sends tax to beat them up every now and then. And we saw evidence of beating when we went there. But Mcdan in an interview said, listen, Blakk Rasta, the people that you see bleeding are my own people. It's not the people of Adan. I will never beat up my own people. But I want to assure you that I will succeed. Other people have failed. And when he mentioned the names of people who were also interested in the Adan Songo Lagoon, I was shocked. Ibrahim Mahama. Number 2, they had people like Dangote also interested in Adan Songo Lagoon, but the people succeeded in chasing all these people out. I'm going to keep some of the names. Tomorrow, in the next edition, we will look at the interest or the other people who showed interest in the Songo Lagoon and did not succeed. What happened? Today, let's concentrate on Mcdan. Mcdan is having a big fight. He has tried to appease the people of Adan by building some pans, salt pans, where the salt is harvested for them. But the people said, no, this is not enough. It's not even producing enough salt. They want to go into the lagoon themselves and harvest the salt. But Mcdan says he will never allow them to go in there. 1, because the whole concession is his. And 2, when the people go into the lagoon, they cause what is known as silting or siltation. They clog it up and he spends millions of American dollars to desilt the place again. So he will not be part of this. Interesting, isn't it? Now Mcdan told me something, and I want to share this with you. We have been chasing him for interview. He never allowed us until last week, as you were told. He said, Blakk Rasta, I am Songo. I will never leave. Why are you Songo? Mcdan said, when he arrived at Adan looking for a small concession to do his salt business, he met a very old man there. And upon seeing the old man was terrified. And he asked him, what is your name? He said, I'm called Daniel Macaulay. He said, Macaulay, Coley. Where are you from? He said, I was born in Labadi. Labadi? Then you are one of us. The same people of Adan, the Colays, from one of the gates, moved all the way from Adan and relocated in Labadi. That is why we have Kole Gono. Kole Gono. When you say Kole, it means the eagle. And that is supposed to be the totem of the people of Adan. So you are one of us. You are a son who has returned home. So I asked Mcdan, do you see yourself as the prophet of Songo? He said, the prophet is small. I am Songo. I will never leave. Now the big question is this, Mcdan, if somebody comes to pay you back your investment, how much money you have spent all this while, so that you will leave Songo alone and there will be peace and people can come and do their thing, would you go? He said, even if they pay me with interest, I will never leave Songo. I am not a criminal. The government of Ghana gave it to me. If the people have anybody to fight, they should fight the government of Ghana, not me. I am there legally. And remember, I am a son of Adan. I am a Kole. And I am Songo. I will never leave. Hallelujah. Come here. This is probably one of the most in-depth interviews that anybody had with Mcdan on this salt issue. So the people of Adan, bring the photo of Mcdan. Mcdan says he is not living today. He is not living tomorrow. Even if you contribute all the money in the world and give to him and say, Mcdan, it's money you want, take this money and go. He said he's not living. Do you know the old man who spoke to Mcdan about him being part of Adan? I asked him, but he couldn't tell me the name. Do you know who this is? We're going to find him and also interview him so we get to know exactly why Mcdan says that he is Songo and he will never leave Songo. This is the Blakk Pot, aka Kukushonamo, where we speak truth to power. We're going to follow this. Now, those of you who know the history of the Songo Lagoon and the salt there, it's been bloody. In the past, a painting was there. We had so many fights to the point that a woman was shot and killed. In fact, her statue is standing there as we speak right now. We've told this story over and over, all because of the salt of the area. It's the best salt in the world. Why is it the best salt in the world? It is not comparable to any other natural salt in the world. It's both spiritual and physical. That is the history of the Songo Lagoon and its salt. This is Ghana's biggest point of salt production. I asked Mcdan if he's making money from Songo. He said not yet. He will start making money after the 10th year. That is why he's not ready to relinquish. After 15 years, Mcdan, would you go? He said, go where? I am looking at renewing because my contract says renewable. We wish the people all the best and we hope that there will be peace in the area. They will come to a certain level of understanding because Mcdan says his gates are open for more discussions. They've had discussions over and over. Maybe this time round, the discussions will take a new trend and there will be perpetual peace. This is the Blakk Pot, aka Kukushonamo, and here we speak truth to power. Come here. Next story. Let's go quick. Now watch the next story and see what is happening. Ghana diplomatic passport for Shatta Wale. Others. Wow. What does it mean? Is Shatta Wale going to have a Ghana diplomatic passport? And who else? Hey. Early this morning, I saw a tweet from the former French ambassador to Ghana, who is a personal friend as well. Anne Sophie. I like her so very much. Recently, she was able to get me to visit France with some members of my team. We went there for about 8 days and then returned to continue with our work. It was beautiful. We shot some music videos and all that in France. In fact, she even got me to do a French song. I recorded a French song. You know, she's a diplomat. She's looking at how she can spread her nation. Why did we become friends with her? When she came, she concentrated on the music industry. She was so interested in Ghana music and promoted a lot of Ghanaian artists. She got the very first Accra in Paris concert. Take off. Ghanaian artists performing in Paris, in France. And musicians were able to fly left, right, and center around the Schengen using French visas, all because of Anne. When it came to the time for her to go, it was disastrous. Many were those who wept. We all represented at a farewell party. She was even made a queen in one of the towns in the north. And she's been serving them. Unfortunately, we heard that she was down with cancer. And she announced it. But it looks like she's recuperating. I've been speaking with her and it's been cool and nice. She tweeted. Her tweet came. And when I saw it, I said, what is this? She said, Ghana, you should give these guys diplomatic passports. They put Ghana to the world better than even the best ambassadors could in a lifetime. And look at the people she mentioned. How many people? About 6 people, right? Sarkodie, Stoneboy, Black Sheriff, Shatta Wale, R2Bs, and King Promise. Do we know who Sarkodie is? This is Sarkodie. And Sarkodie had a concert in Chicago. And whilst he was on stage, talking Ghana and performing, Anne saw the video and decided that no, it's time to ask for diplomatic passports for these ones. Do you know who King Promise is? King Promise. They are also asking for a diplomatic passport for this guy. He's also a talented musician from this country. R2Bs. Oh, from Tema. My God, that's R2Bs. Mugis and Payday. Now he's called Omar something, you know, Omar Riley or something like that. All right, but I know him more as Payday. You know, we are old school, so we know the old school names more, like the Bandana over Shatta Wale and all that. So that's R2Bs. And then we also have, who next? Which other artist is she asking for diplomatic passports for? Shatta Wale. Yes. And who? This is Stone Boy. So these are the artists, the new crop of artists, including Blakk Sharif. 6 of them. She's asking the Ghanaian government to give them diplomatic passport because what they are doing is actually better than what their so-called diplomats are doing. I'm sure Anne read about the fact that under Nana Akufo-Addo, so many diplomatic passports are being given to the wrong people. We all remember Victor Kusi-Boateng and how he's running left, right, and center with a diplomatic passport criminally because he has 2 different names, 2 different dates of birth, and so on and so forth. And this was my response to Anne. Sorry, but it's the truth. Ghanaian diplomatic passports under Nana Akufo-Addo are like toilet paper, worthless. Criminal-minded cronies have them. And I repeated that on Twitter as well. This is Facebook. And this is Black Empire Media responding to Anne. Sorry, Ghana diplomatic passports under Nana Akufo-Addo are like toilet paper, worthless. Criminal-minded cronies have them. Yes. And Black Rasta repeated it also on Twitter. That's what it is. Come and let's have a conversation. Hear me. Watch me. You see, under this government, I do not know what they understand by diplomatic passport. Diplomatic passports are supposed to be held by diplomats. Anybody who actively puts the name of the country out there positively is entitled to a diplomatic passport. When you go out there and misbehave, remember that the bad name also comes to your nation. Of course, ordinary people from Ghana, when they also misbehave, is the same way. It doesn't mean that it's only diplomats who are supposed to put Ghana's best foot in front first. But the understanding is that these are the people who are taxed actively. A lot of the time, they are paid diplomats. You are paid to do the work that you do. But these musicians are not paid by the nation. They are paid from their music. And Anne is asking for passports for these people. Do they really need those diplomatic passports? What is a diplomatic passport? A diplomatic passport opens a lot of doors for you internationally. They see you as a representative of your country. But in recent times, it only goes to politicians and affiliates and cronies of politicians. Who would want to have a diplomatic passport under this government? Are you ready to be called a government crony? Or are you ready to be called an affiliate of a political party? If you are ready for that, then go for your diplomatic passports. Much as it might look like an honor to have a diplomatic passport, my brother, my sister, in our country, it gives you more harm than good. You are seen as a political affiliate. You are again seen as a crony. You are seen as a bootlicking member of a political party. Especially that so many pastors and so-called bishops and archbishops all hold these passports all over the place. The value has become useless. It's worthless. Right now, if a criminal-minded Victor Kusi-Boateng, a pastor, a man of God, who has been discovered to hold 2 different names, 2 different mothers, 2 different dates of birth, and the court in Ghana even said, in fact, his action was criminal. And he holds a diplomatic passport given to him by the president, the government in power. and they acknowledge both names as legal names of this man, then you must know what you are in for. It's a dirty government that has no respect for diplomacy. It's a dirty government that has no right for anything that is patriotic. Do you want a toilet paper diplomatic passport? Over to you. I don't want it. I don't think I would even accept any diplomatic passport under any government until things change. Until governments start showing patriotism. Until passports like this are not just given to cronies and bootlickers. In fact, in some countries, a diplomatic passport is worth it all. There has to be an interview. There has to be a track record to see how far you can go with a nation. For instance, I am a diplomat of Zimbabwe. I am a tourism ambassador of the people of Zimbabwe, but I don't hold a diplomatic passport from Zimbabwe. I can do the work without a diplomatic passport. Anne might have all the good reasons and a good mind for this. She's made a point. These people are working better than your dirty ambassadors. Can you start recognizing musicians all over Africa? And if you have good musicians like this who promote the nation, acknowledge them. This is the Blakk Pot, aka Kukushonomo, where we speak truth to power. And we return. We have more for you. Keep your messages coming in. We shall read them after. And remember to also share this broadcast so that many other people can check that out. Hey! Wayo!
Blakk Pot, Kukushonomo.
This is the Blakk Pot, aka Kukushono, where we speak truth to power. And remember to keep your comments coming in. Remember to also share this broadcast so that many more people can hear this message. Today we're going to be as brief as we can. This is the Blakk Pot, aka Kukushonomo. Next story. Watch it. Watch this. And what is it saying? Ghana's dirty millionaires. Ghana's dirty millionaires. Who is a millionaire? Anybody who has millions is a millionaire. But we have people in the nation whose source of millions is very dubious and very terrible. In our churches in Ghana, we have church elders, not because they are elderly and wise, but it's because they have money whose source is even doubtable, and nobody cares. In our society, nobody questions where your money is coming from. They help you to blow the money and carry you in palanquins, saying that you are a millionaire. In our society, nobody cares about the source of your money. All they care about is that you have the millions. That is why we are all suffering in this nation. The other day, somebody had millions in her bedroom. In fact, this minister of state, former minister of sanitation and water resources, such an important portfolio, she had millions in her bedroom. The office of the special prosecutor started investigating And the office of the special prosecutor said they found something significant. What is it? More cash? Some other news media reported that they found money, more money, that took over 5 hours to count. This is sad. Millions in her bedroom. It took 2 house helps to draw the attention of the whole world to the fact that we are such money launderers in this nation. To have such a huge amount of money in your bedroom, in hard foreign currency, in dollars and also in euro. At a time your government is preaching cashless systems. Everybody should use digital, the so-called digitalization. You have stashed a lot of millions in hard foreign currency in your bedroom. And another MP and a former deputy minister came out to say she shouldn't have gone public with the robbery. Her 2 house helps robbed her of her millions. She shouldn't have gone out. She should have dealt with it tactically. How many more ministers of state have money stashed? And this is the most controversial issue we have in Ghana right now. Why is it the most controversial? We have government miscommunication experts and propagandists who are out there trying to explain the source of the millions found in her bedroom. At first, they told us it was a funeral donation. And we drew their attention to the fact that even when Bob Marley died, funeral donations did not amount to $1 million American dollars. Not even the Queen of England. This woman said her mother died. Oh, her brother also died. Who knew them? Now we are getting information that the brother who died, at whose funeral they said they donated up to about $1 million American dollars, was a cobbler, a shoemaker. And then he became a sub-chief of the Asante. Did he all of a sudden make money by becoming a sub-chief of the Asante? People are asking. Another government miscommunication expert, the MDR, Minister for Defending Wrath, Paul Adum Ochre, came out to say that, oh, the money belonged to some 2 dead people. We also have Kwame Duncan, a former minister of the Central Region, regional minister, saying that, oh, the husband of this woman should actually come out and defend her. If the money is his, all he needs to do is to come out and say it's my money. And he's an architect. No law in Ghana would ask you to show your source. What a country. So you see, people are desperately trying to find a way of defending this money launderer. It's sad. To make it worse, the president of the Republic of Ghana, so shamelessly, he's a very shameless brute, said that he knows that this woman, in an official letter on behalf of the people of this nation, wrote on a presidential letterhead that he was sure that this woman would be exonerated at the end of it all. Mr. President, you are so shameless. You have no respect left. Your wisdom is very little. And it's sad. I'm telling you this. I'm hurt. If the matter is before court, they are investigating it, and you, the father of the land, already comes out to tell us, oh, Charlie, I know she's going to be exonerated. Do you know what seeds you are sowing? So many people are being cited for contempt around you, but because you are the King of Kings and Lord of Lords, nobody touches you. It's most unfortunate that you are abusing your power. Mr. President, are you not ashamed? If not ashamed, maybe embarrassed, that at this point, your cronies, the people that you have paid to do propaganda in this nation, we are paid to talk, not to think. The more you can talk stupid things, the more government applauds you. Oh, you can talk rot. Wow, give them boot for boot. After all die be die. They pay you for speaking nonsense. They don't pay you for making sense. Government, your own people, propagandists, and cheap brats, lying brats, are trying hook, line, and sinker to defend this rot, but it's not happening. Ghanaians are not accepting it. At this point, Mr. President, how do you feel? They are trying to tell whose money it was. They have already assigned 2 big chunks of the money to 2 dead people. And it's not working. Now they are trying to find the husband of the man to come in and save this woman from disgrace. He's been blackmailed emotionally. Oh, that's your wife. You need to come out and say that, oh, it's your money. You are an architect. Nobody would ever ask you for the source of this. And you are looking for a better nation. That is the difference between us and the Americans. The difference between us and the English. When my son comes home in America with stolen cash, I'll be the first person to call the police and say, yo, my son came home with some money. I just saw a bank robbery on TV. I'm suspecting that my son was part of that bank robbery. If you do that in Ghana, they will hang you and call you a witch. That your own son, you have called the police on him. My brother, nobody is bigger than the country. Everybody forms a subset of the nation, if not an element. But sometimes we put our personal interest first and forget about the whole nation. Why am I talking so much? Ghana's dirty millionaires, the former president of the Republic of Ghana, John Dramani Mahama, is also sharing the same sentiments. What is he saying? Why do we celebrate persons who are wealthy with dubious sources of income? And this is Mahama talking. He was president. Now he's a pauper. He has nothing. Go to Mahama and see how much he will give you. If you are lucky and you are going, he might put some 100 Ghana cedis in your hand and say, use it for transport. My brother, maybe he didn't know he was going to get out of power, so he didn't steal enough. Huh? Some people would say. But those who know that at the end of their tenure of office, they can't come back, they will stash enough millions in their bedrooms, right? Run the story. Former President John Dramani Mahama has raised issues against the failure of authorities to question the source of income of persons suspected to have made their money through dubious means. He questioned why such persons are often celebrated without anybody probing the source of the income. Mr. Mahama said this at the 2023 Development Conference organized by the Church of Pentecost on Wednesday, July 26. He said, why do we celebrate persons who today are wealthy with dubious sources of income, and yet society is not concerned about what source of income is? Ethics have a direct impact on national development. And as a student of history, I can say unequivocally that in history, all civilizations that have fallen have done so after they lost their moral and ethical compasses. So see what we've been talking about? No nation would ever develop without sacrifice. No nation would ever develop without patriotism. I am going to go on a Ghana tour, my dear Ghana tour. Remember, I have a new song called My Dear Ghana. We're going to go around the whole nation to preach Pan-Africanism and preach patriotism. We need it now. And I'm going to write letters to all these political heads, those who want to be presidents of this nation. Let's see which ones will donate to this good cause. Some of them can just give, but inside them, they don't even love Ghana. All they love is Ghana's money. But we shall still go on that tangent to try to uplift the moral and ethical compasses of our people. That's what Mahama is saying. And I'm glad he said it in the church. In the church, you have elders who are there not because they are elderly, but because they have dubious sources of income. Ill-gotten wealth. There's another person who is telling us that, yes, it is important to vet our people. And this is the man. How many of us remember this man? How many of us recognize him? How many of us know him? Look at him properly. Run the story. I support calls to audit lifestyle of all government appointees. His name is Apia Kubi. But who is Apia Kubi? Run the story. 3 News. Asante Achim, North Member of Parliament, Kwame Andi Apia Kubi, has welcomed calls for lifestyle audits to be conducted on all government appointees. It is recalled that a public policy analyst, Professor Enoch Opoku Entry, called for a lifestyle audit to be conducted on all ministers, members of parliament, and public servants as part of measures to keep them in check. Professor Entry stated that Ghana has several laws that would measure public officers, but those laws are not being enforced. He added that the asset declaration law mandates all public officers to declare their properties, but nobody actually checks periodically whether what the officials stated on the forms is what they actually have or not. Dash it. Dash it. Find me a photograph of Blakk RASTA and the former British High Commissioner, John Benjamin. I'm going to tell you something. You see, our politicians are the most wealthy. Come here, come here, come here. Our politicians are the most wealthy because a lot of them are thieves. And the public is also making them thieves. Everybody is running to politicians, asking them for support. Those who genuinely cannot help them because they are not thieves are looked down on. And in the next elections, people make sure they don't vote for these people. So in their quest to remain in power, they do all they can to satisfy the money issues of these people, even if it means stealing. Our nation doesn't see that. I've been to America. I've been to England. I've been to so many different countries of the world. To God be the glory. One of my greatest hobbies, traveling. And I'm glad that is happening in my life. I'm privileged. For me, it's a privilege. All these countries I've been to, I don't see citizens lining up in front of the offices of politicians asking for food. Give us to go and eat. They are not looking for jobs. They are looking for crumbs from off the table. In our country, go to the ministries. It's like Makola. Especially the northern ones. The Northerners who are in power, the Muslims who are, let me just say Northerners and Muslims. Because the Islamic religion encourages people to give. Some people take it as an advantage. They go there, especially on Friday. They are all waiting for Muslim and Northern ministers to come out there and give. I know there's a lot of poverty in the North. But what pains me most is a lot of these people are not coming to look for work. They are coming to look for peanuts. They are coming to look for fish. They are not coming to look for a way to fish. I remember when the former president, John Dramani Mahama, was a vice president. I went to visit him in his office. In those days, long time, in the days of Atta Mills. I don't remember what it was about, but I can remember if I have time. And he told me, Blakk RASTA, look at all these people seated here. They are coming in here. He said, they are all not looking for jobs. They are looking for me to give them money. What we call handouts. He said, let me just point at any one of them. And I said, this old man sitting there. He said, okay. I'll let him come in, just sit somewhere and listen to what he will say. I was shocked when the old man came in. He was looking for money to marry a third wife. And his 2 other wives were pregnant, and he needed the man to support. He was speaking the local dialect. And again, he was looking for money from the then vice president to go to Mecca. And the vice president then told him, why don't we try and employ 2 of your sons? Maybe we can give you an employment. He said he was too old to work. And this man, he looked old. He was about 62, 64. But he looked older than his age. He said he was too old to work, but not too old to pump the tire. Not too old to make babies. Not too old to go to Mecca. Not too old. Let's be serious. The former British counselor of this nation, John Benjamin, I met him in England. That's me and him standing there. You know what he told me? He told me, Blakk Rasta, if tomorrow I come to work driving a new car, I will be investigated. I will have to be able to prove that I won a lottery, or else my job as a parliamentarian or a government appointee is over. Not in Ghana. We have ministers of state who have cars, a fleet of cars. Nobody cares. They have so much money, nobody cares, to the point that they can even stash millions of American dollars and euros in their houses. And when they are caught, when nature deals with them, when the universe deals with them, we have backing dogs, party dogs, who are backing all over the place trying to defend them. May this nation prosper. May we all be very patriotic. May we all stand firm so that our nation can develop and become a better one. That's the only prayer I have for this nation. Where it is going is very sad. We don't love our nation. Are you happy that the youth are all running to Oman, Qatar? Today, somebody told me that his wife ran and left him and went all the way to Libya. Another person's sister has run to Kazakhstan. What is in Kazakhstan? What are you going to get in Kazakhstan? And before this person went to Kazakhstan, this is the first time the person is hearing the name Kazakhstan. Why? Don't you sympathize with all these people? You can't provide them with jobs? To God be the glory. When we return, we're going to be reading your messages to us. When we return, the pot will be hotter. Hey! Wayo!
Blakk Coco Show, man.
This is the Blakk Pot. This is the Blakk Pot. This is the Blakk Pot, aka Coco Show Namo, where we speak truth to power. Please, let's think about the generations yet to come. Let's think about each other. Why are we so wicked? How much can you eat? How much land do you need that you have land guards all over the place threatening people? How much wealth do you so much need that you are terrorizing people all over the place? Oh, Jesus, have mercy. Am I in the wrong country? Or am I in the wrong world? Maybe I should have been on Mars. In some countries, there's decency. I take a lady out in America. We are having a drink. And when the bill comes, she says, I'm going to pay my own bill. Not here. Not here. They say cultural differences. That's okay. We understand. But if that will help us with our virtues, if that will help us with some level of common sense, why not? Roll the guns. We have some stories. Sheriff Ibrahim has a story to tell us. And the story is that thank God it's Monday. Thank God it's Monday. I love Mondays. I was born on a Monday, so every Monday is a beautiful day for me. Pagan African says, greetings. Blessed love. Sharif Ibrahim says, here we go. Petrina Otu says, God bless one of the people teaching truth to the youth of Ghana. Blessed love, Petrina. Love, love every time. Max Pro says, we are watching you live from Germany. And we are also transmitting live from Accra, here in Ghana. Kamashi. Karim Sadat Aduku says, Blakk Rasta, it's another blessed week for us to speak truth to power. And we need peace in Boku and its environment. Certainly we need peace. It's one people. I cry every day. Oh, who will tell our history? Who will tell our history? Sometimes I wish that I could be that sacrificial lamb. That they will take me to Boku there and slaughter me so there will be peace there permanently. Sometimes that's what I feel. Kusasis are from the same great-grandfather as Mamprusis. Same great-grandfather as Dagombes. And some other ethnic group. Can't you see your languages are almost alike? Do you think that is by chance? And yet we cannot understand each other. When you go to Yendi, two brothers pick arms against each other. Shooting. When will there be that peace? It's permitted to disagree. But to go on a war tangent is absolutely nauseous. Please, we need peace in Boku. We beg you. We need peace. Other places are developing. We are killing each other. Right now, when you are even taking an animal into Boku, it starts crying. If it's a good bear, it doesn't want to enter. Because there's no peace there. No development would ever happen without peace, my brethren. Karim Sadat Aduku, in your own small way, preach peace. Inshallah, MashaAllah, there will be peace there. Marcus Ekwamwa says, good evening, Blakk Rasta, and the family members watching you live from Amsterdam. Dui. Amsterdam is one of my favorite cities of the world. I love the tulips, the water, and all that. Last time I was in Amsterdam, it was so sweet and nice. I remember when I went to the embassy years ago to pick a visa. They said, hey, you like our country? I said, oh yeah, I do. Max Pro, we only criticize to build and not to destroy. It's been the black pot, a.k.a. Kukushunomo, where we speak truth to power. That is true. Nuh Muhammad Abdallah says the 2 days break is like 2 centuries. Break. Well, it's begun a new week, patriotism, and forever. Thanks so much, Nuh Muhammad Abdallah. He's a regular viewer of this family show. Karim Sadat Aduku from Boku says, please, let's share the broadcast to every platform you are on. For it is to teach the growing youth of Ghana. We need to help speak truth to the greedy leaders. Thank you so much. So please share the broadcast and get the numbers increase. With these numbers, we'll be able to walk up to companies and tell them, yes, we have the numbers. People are watching so that we can do more. Imagine we had our own TV station. Oh, my God. You imagine what we can do? Will you imagine what we can do? Abibu Muhammad says, Blakk, we, what's the word? Sacrifice, right? For our culture. Children. Okay, we scarify, right? Is that what he's saying? We scarify for our future children. Let's speak truth to power. Well, I understand what you're trying to say. Yeah, let's speak truth to power. Mami Esama says, more fire. Other than Mami, Timothy Zuri says, Black Rasta, fire them. I'm watching you live from where we are firing. Akene Okoli, Blakk, always on point. More fire for those wicked people who want us to suffer for their selfish desire. Thank you so much, Ekene Okoli. Dennis Plembo says, more love, Black Rasta. And Gosway Jata says, more fire, Blakk, more fire, more love. Blessed love. Rap Thunder says, Alhamdulillah, it's another Monday. Legendary Black Rasta is only here that we speak truth to power. God bless you. Legendary Blakk. Blessed love. Rap Thunder, guidance and protection. King 23 says, you're too much, Black Rasta. You are also too much. Gameli Apasu says, Blakk, more fire. War. And Olivius Wednesday says, Black Rasta, the moment you start questioning religion, people see you to be a demon. That's very true. But you see, in life, we need to question things if we want to move forward. Why is that when you blow air into the balloon, it gets big? We need to find out. How do we feel when the wind blows? We need to find out. Without questioning, things will not happen. Every religion questions. It's questioning that brought about religion. Marcus Equiamwa says, and it's sad that Kusi Boateng, a.k.a. Kwabena Edu Jemfi, is still working at the presidency as secretary to the discredited board of trustees. That's very true. It's very sad. Very, very sad. But that's what it is. We have just a few more minutes to go. Next story, and keep your messages coming in. And this one says what? Electricity company in a 145 million dirty scandal. Electricity company in $145 million dirty scandal. Scandals. We are losing money to scandals and corruption. Electricity. We are crying that we can't pay because of the foreign power that we brought into the country. Ameri and all that. And look, $145 million. Why? Tell me the story. ECG engages in 145 million procurement breaches. The Auditor General has indicated the board and management of the Electricity Company of Ghana, ECG, indicted. That's the word that is indicted. Indicted, yes. The Auditor General has indicted the board and management of the Electricity Company of Ghana, ECG, for procurement breaches worth more than 145 million. It followed the inability of the power distributor to adhere to the Public Procurement Act in signing 50 contracts to procure 862,750 meters. That's 862,750 meters. And its accessories between 2016 and 2021. Consequently, the company did not consider value for money in the process of procuring meters by ensuring competitiveness and transparency. You see, hold it there. The other day, a brethren of mine called me and asked me if there was something he had and wanted to help me with, if I would take it. I told him, why not? It depends on what it is. He said, can you supply ties? Lorry ties, car ties. I said, where from this? What are you talking about? He said, well, I want to help you. I've been appointed a new blah, 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 blah. And I see that you are working very hard. I just want to help you. All you need to do is to bring the ties. If the ties cost 20 Ghana, we just inflate it a little bit to about 80 Ghana. And we'll take part of the money and give you yours so that you can help yourself. I looked at it. Listen on. If the tie costs 20, we will make it 80, 4 times the cost. We will give you all your 20, but the 60 will come to us. It means you, the one providing the tithes, you are taking your legal amount. But 3 times what you are taking would go to charlatans and thieves. So what they do is, the one supplying the tithes will now also increase it because he knows that it's going to be increased on the other side. So we all end up going to the Chinese for the cheap ones. And we suffer. That's what is happening at ECG. My brother, procurement. What is procurement? Oh, we need this for this government company. Who can provide that? There are laws as to how to get this. But in our country, no. The thieves that we are, we will use that. Remember the boss of the PPA? Ajedin Boateng. Look at how much money he had in his bank account. And when he was indicted, the president sacked him. He went Nicodemously and scooted every single penny he had from his account. The foreign currencies and everything. He will never go and put that in the bank. He will put it in his bedroom. And from that day, other people took a cue from what he did. They don't take their money to the bank. Cecilia Dapa and the rest. Why are we doing this to our nation? Everything is high. Things that you can buy for 2 Ghana cedis on the market. Government is buying the same thing and it's now 20 Ghana cedis, 10 times the cost. Because it's government, so we must steal from the government. Oh, Jesus. I have been to companies where people told me, to get this from you, what is in it for me? I said, nothing is in it for you, blood clot. Nothing is in it for you. Are you not being paid to work? Everything, every service Ghanaians must give you. Though they are paid for that service, they still want a bribe before they do it. The other day, my internet went off here. And the internet provider, I do not want to mention their name for now. Come and deal with the thing. Fix the internet. Oh, you know, I go drive from far away, come. So if I can't be, go pay me my transport. It's a blood clot. What's wrong with you? Why are you demeaning your work? Why are you making it look so cheap? It's sad, but ECG lost 145 million American dollars, all because of procurement breaches. The government of Ghana is going to suffer. At the end of it all, this report will go nowhere because there are so many criminals in power. And the nation continues to hemorrhage. Do you think that these are people who love the nation? That's why when Rawlings came with his hot head, he lined up some people and shot all of them and killed them, which we don't support anyway, but it's sad. It's so depressing. Dash it and bring me the last story. We're going to spend just about 2 minutes on this and we are done. Come here. Come here. Last story and we are done. Watch me. It says, Ghana's lessons on Lent. We never learn. We never learn. But there's somebody who is saying that we are learning. Who is that person? Bring me the story. Run the story. Listen, we don't learn. Every now and then, they say experience is the best teacher. We are the most experienced people on earth, yet we never learn from our experiences. Flooding, every year when it rains, the whole of Accra is flooded. We have the first-hand experience, yet we never do anything to deal with that. We know we vote corrupt people into government every time. And by their fruits, we always know them, yet we'll continue to vote them into power. Are we learning? Are we daft? Are we stupid? What are we? Are we talkish? Budget review. One key thing to note will be lessons from the difficulties. Which lessons? And this is upon Nkrumah speaking, a journalist like me, or better still, a broadcaster like me. But they are those in power right now. They don't feel the same pain that we used to feel together. And they call that growing. and becoming better. What does it mean to say that the people that you used to suffer with, you have grown and gotten to a bigger position, you are never able to use your position to make their lives better? What is the growth in it? Bob Marley said, my life is not important to me. My life is for the people. That's what I stand for. My life is not important. What is life? Boss, what is life? What is life at all? If it can help other people get better. What is life? If your life cannot better other people's life, then you are a rock. Even rocks are better. People sit on them. That's it. Do we have any more? I want to say thank you so much for coming. I do appreciate you and I do love you. We have some more messages coming in. I want to say thank you. Remember that this is live on YouTube. Blakk Empire Media is our name. Remember to subscribe to the channel and click on the notification button so that anytime we are on, you would be notified to watch. Remember to always share this broadcast so that every other person will get to see it. We are growing the numbers. The numbers are good. We are a family. We love you. We'll never let you down. And the numbers scrolling on the screen right now, these are our numbers at Blakk Empire Media. Call us and do business with us. Yes, do business with us. We love to do business with you so that at least we'll be able to make some genuine money and be able to keep doing the good work no matter what. This is the Blakk Pot, and we are supported by EasyIt. Thank you so much, EasyIt. We appreciate you and we love you. Make sure you download that from App Store and Google Play. Yes, I am on EasyIt. Be on EasyIt too. We are also supported by Le Shrine. I go there every time. On Mondays, they have the karaoke night and adult night. Monday, today, adult night. Please, it's adults only. And their motto there is, anything you want to see, go and see it yourself. My God. Don't wait for people to see it and come and tell you. Adult night is X-rated. So make sure that you do not go there with your children on Monday. Wednesday, reggae night. Oh, you can go with even your pets. Everybody will enjoy it. And on Sunday, we have the ladies' night. I want to say thank you so much to Doc and your pretty wife, Mommy. They are wonderful people. There's also live band reggae going on there. And the good thing is that you can also have the place for your parties. They have a mini hotel and a swimming pool. Hey, it's beautiful. We have more messages coming in. All right, run the messages quickly so that we can go now. Thank you so much. We appreciate you. Come here, Gladys Clark. I love you. Come here, Gladys Clark. Gladys Clark. Hear me. Gladys Clark says, Blakk Rasta, know that what men can do, we can do it and do it better. Even our chop monies. Thank you. Thank you. Ali Agali says, yo, lion, Blakk Rasta, more fire, more grease to your elbows. It's true, Islam encourages giving. But the prophet of the same Islam said, the hands that give are better than the hands that receive. It's true. But you see, that's the problem with our interpretation. They read one part, once it favors them, they're okay. Go to Nima. Go to the other places where Muslim people are. My brother, what's the investment there like? But the people there are some of the wealthiest. We prefer to keep 5,000 cows whilst our children are sitting there illiterate. We won't take them to school. Is it true or false? The Muslim community is the one that gives less, unfortunately. We prefer to give kobo, cedi to beggars on the street. But to come together and build a certain huge infrastructure that will help our own people is a problem. It's true. It's very true. It's sad. That is why you go to the ministries and it is... Let me not go into it again. But I hope and pray that the new crop of nordness, the new crop of ever people coming up from the Volta, where poverty is all over the place. These are the areas that have so much poverty. Will learn and make things better. Timothy Zure says, Blakk Rasta, I'm tired of this country. When are our leaders going to change? Too much wahala in Ghana. You see, let's be that change that we want to see in our leaders. That is why I have decided to come all out and fireburn them. I don't follow them for anything. You understand that? That's that change. Because if you follow them, you can't speak for Ghana. Never. Now, Bong Pyramid says, Blakk Rasta, keep the fire burning. You are one of the few people that speak, and the grave of Kwame Nkrumah, Sankara, Bob Marley, etc. shake. The ancestral connection is within you. Thank you so much, Nabong. He's all the way from the Sisala area in Tumu. Thank you. Yes, Nandong, Ere. Becky Afote says, Blakk Rasta, how come your interview with Mcdan was not on camera? Ha ha ha, good question. I like that. I like that. He didn't want cameras. He didn't want cameras. He wanted the interview. I'll grant you the interview, you write it, not even tape it. So, of course, he can come out anytime and say, I didn't say it. It's between us and the Most High. Hallelujah. I don't know. A lot of our people, they don't like the camera. Joseph Ashley, God bless you, Blakk Rasta, watching you from USA. Peace. Thank you so much to my US people. Shirley, Aki Ita, Kudus, Pixie, all of you. Love, 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 love. And who is this? Kofi says, Blakk Rasta, chase TBD, bald head criminals out of Ghana. Okay. Chase the bald-headed criminals out of Ghana. We are chasing them. Dobi Gubli says, good evening, Blakk Rasta. Hey, good people good people fear to enter politics in Ghana, including you. But if you don't want to enter the is it gutters to wash the country from corruption, how can we grow? No. My duty, I'm a kingmaker. I'm not a king. I understand my calling right from the start. Yeah, I am building up the youth who we can put into politics better to serve the nation. We all cannot be politicians. But we are growing you, growing other people with clean minds. Our problem is not politics. Our problem is the crop of people in politics. Politics with patriotism, like Nkrumah did, 100%, no problem. Benjamin Achu says, bless my brother. Now, Bong Pyramid comes again. He says the most important thing I will do as an African is to die a traditionalist. Traditionalism. Well, respect. Benjamin Achu says, Ghana is absolutely in the hands of criminals. That's true. It's like a crime scene right now in Ghana. Rap Tender says, legendary Blakk, I pray that this year or next year, may Allah give us our own TV station. Inshallah. Allah Ya Rabbi. Thanks so much. I appreciate you. Fusain Yaki. Dodo. Wicked people with capital W ruling Ghana. All right. Benjamin Achu says, I tell my wife every day that the countries that were taking over coup is all because of corruption. And Ghana, the current situation is worse than those countries. But yet still there's no coup. Because we have grown above coups. We will remove them using the legal means of the ballot box. That's why it must be very dear to us, the ballot. Ekene Okoli says, Blakk, I always have an issue with my friend called Kabobo. Always think you insult. I told him any man with a pure heart, even if he's a pastor, would always speak like you. Well, if you think that I insult, wait until you listen to Well, you are talking about pastors. Tie! Untie krajai. Wait until you hear them. Wait until you also hear Chini Jonas. And wait until you hear the other ones whose names I wouldn't want to mention. You see, they are all passionate to see the nation grow. But because of the passion, sometimes we might explode. I agree with you. Forgive us when we do that. To God be the glory. My name is Blakk Rasta, and I want to say thank you so much. It's been the Blakk Pot. Wayo!